welcome everyone to another episode of the Acceptable Losses podcast, where Kirioth is going to do things that make me hate my day. Also, Pancreas is here. That doesn't make me hate my day. But before we get into all that, maybe if you want to support us, you should maybe check out the merch shop, orchid8.com. It's great. You can be a weeb for Lincoln. We've still got some coins. We still got some wall scrolls. You like sci-fi, right? Great shirts, orchid8.com. There is a link in the description. There's probably a link on the screen showing all this cool merch off. You should check it out. Do it today. Also, Kirioth, how's that Patreon?
It's better than ever, which is literally true, because the longer it goes, the more stuff that's up there. So if you go to patreon.com/acceptablelosses, you get every episode a week early. You get exclusive Patreon episodes, one of which, if you just follow, then you will get for free. It's all good, and you should go and check it out. There's a link in the description.
Yeah, it is good if what you are looking for is grimdark shenanigans, because
and occasional fairy tale nonsense as well. We do have some Grimm's tales up there, and they are mostly also horrible, but they are also pretty funny.
It is what it says on the tin. It is a grim fairy tale for sure. It's the person who wrote it, but also what it is.
Wrote it or collected it? Collected it, surely.
Oh, sure, whatever. You get it. Everybody, you get it, though.
So someone would have corrected you on that. There would have been
probably
a PhD thesis placed in the comments as a response to that. We've got to head it off at the pass. We've got to get it out there.
Hey, also, Pancreas, you're here. How you doing, buddy?
I just put me down like a dog. After recording, I'm happy to be here, but after that, just put me down.
I see. So, good morning. Wes, it sounds like Pancreas is doing real well today. Christ.
I've written and recorded 100 pages of script in the last week.
It's like, good morning, Pancreas. How are you? Put me down like a dog. Oh,
the We All Live Together has been nonstop playing in my head for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, really? All right. Okay. So
we're doing good. Busy.
Rainbows and sunshine. Hell yeah, brother.
I do. How's your morning? Kill me.
Put me down like a dog in the street. I hate life. I hate you. Once we're done here, I am. It's crazy.
I'm out.
Speaking of dogs, Kirioth.
Oh no.
Nice.
You know
nice
what?
Transition shot. Yeah.
We're talking about JoJo?
Oh, no, the dogs have to be alive.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid no, we're not. We are, however, talking about canine-esque things in the form of Werewolf the Apocalypse. We're inching ever closer to the 3-part Mage special, which Possum is still threatening us with. But the thing is, we need to build up to that. So we're going back to Worlds of Darkness, and this time round, we've got Werewolf the Apocalypse in what is probably going to be a chunky as hell episode.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I'll say right now, thoughts and prayers for my voice, because by the time we're done, it's going to be in shambles. But it'll be fun, so it's fine.
Interesting, because on the schedule, I saw it said it was like, oh yeah, werewolves with Kirioth and Pancreas. And I was like, oh, an all-encompassing view on werewolves as a whole. And I was like, wow, that would be a chunky episode. And it's like, oh, World of Darkness, werewolves? Oh yeah, that's gonna be a sizable lad, indeed.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lot. And just to say now that going into the specifics of the different packs and the like, that's not even in this episode. That's going to be a separate thing. So it's not even everything about the werewolves of Werewolf the Apocalypse. It's like the overarching primer, if you will. But there is something that we need to there's a lot. There is a lot, and it's mental as well. Properly weird, but in the best way.
Okie dokie.
Is that seriously in the image dump from the book? Because that's so incongruous and just like pleasant. It just doesn't
Well, yeah,
seem
you know,
correct.
you gotta start them off with something nice and happy before you hit him with the, and then I ate your hand and devoured your guts.
Standard Monday, just how it goes. So before we get into the episode proper, we need to discuss the World of Darkness as a whole a little bit. So in the beginning, there was World of Darkness, which is now referred to as the Old World of Darkness. These games started in 1991 and they released various source books called Splat Books or Splats. The Old World of Darkness games were much more world-building in nature, with dozens of supplements for settings to allow for storytellers and players to really flesh out their individual settings and experiences, and they all had their own dedicated meta plot that progressively advanced. The games themselves, for the most part, existed in their own world, where the primary focus was the lead, while allowing for the existence of the other entities in a less hyper-focused role. So, for example, in Vampire the Masquerade, werewolves exist and are scary, but the extent of their existence is not as prominent as it is in Werewolf the Apocalypse. In 2004, a reboot series came out called Chronicles of Darkness, and this series is now referred to as the New World of Darkness. And in the New World of Darkness, all the various entities were connected to one another, and this setting is like a mirror version of our own world, where all nightmares are real. Unlike the punky aspect of the Old World of Darkness, the New World was more of a modern horror setting, but was also far less complete than the Old World. Since everything's connected, it was far easier to have crossovers between the various types of entities, and character creation as well as the rules were more streamlined. Possum really cannot stress enough how passionate the fan base is for both New and Old World of Darkness. They've kept the series alive and are truly dedicated to sharing it with anyone who is curious enough to look. Even the fan-made stuff is incredible. Special shout out to the New World of Darkness fan game, Princess the Hopeful, that is a brilliant way to explore the interconnected lore of the New World as a magical girl a la Sailor Moon.
Oh, well, love that.
And now is where we get to the 5th edition of Werewolf the Apocalypse. This game, as explicitly made clear in the sourcebook itself and the promotional materials, is a reboot of the original Werewolf the Apocalypse. A lot of things are familiar, but things are also very different, ranging from complete lore changes to total meta plot advancement and changing. Some of these changes are exacerbated online as being more extreme than they are, but others are pretty extensive and nullify a bunch of the old lore that the game was very sturdily built upon. So with this in mind, we're going to go over Werewolf the Apocalypse with as much of a focus on the old lore as we can, while also highlighting the changes when they're very big, because frankly, if you're getting into the series with 5th edition, you're likely going to find a lot of contradictory stuff online based on the old lore, especially now that they're working on some new games that are fully engrossed in the 5th edition setting. When we do a dedicated episode on the tribes, we're going to do the same thing when it comes to covering big changes. Also, considering the sheer volume of content on the subject, this is an introduction much like the vampire episode. Some stuff will not be covered or will be lightly touched upon. You know the drill. And it is worth pointing out, if we haven't already alluded to this is a monster of a script that Possum has put together for us. So the fact that there is still yet more kind of indicates that yes, this setting has got legs. So okay, with that in mind, let's get to chatting about werewolves in the World of Darkness, which Possum absolutely loves, and also Possum wanted to give a special shout out to Remembrancer for moving and giving them an opportunity to yap about World of Darkness again. Possum has also said, feel free to move again at any time. I suspect that Remembrancer will not take you up on that offer. I'm just putting it out there.
Just do that.
I just thought it was so funny that Shao was like, oh, we need to move that because it's moving and he's not sure the internet's going to be up. And I was like, oh, no, not again. Not moving, not the internet not being in. Check your attics, check your wires. Don't let them, make sure it's not cut. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. It's happening again. Oh, my God. I was having PTSD flashbacks over here and I just...
Yeah, fucking amen to that, brother.
I hope everything's okay, Remembrancer.
And then by
contrast, you too, Pancreas.
But in contrast to your situation, it was a case of, I can totally do that date. So the absolute opposite. You didn't have to worry at all. You were fine.
I didn't have to drive an extra 6 hours. Let's go.
Oh, God. Now, it's time for a very aggressive paragraph to show the extent of what we're dealing with today. To be a werewolf in this world is to be, in many respects, a rage-fueled and spiritually driven eco-terrorist that will destroy anything and kill anyone who stands between them and their ultimate goal. Save a dying world from choking to death thanks to the horrors of capitalism, corruption, and industry. Gaia created the werewolves as her ultimate defenders, and though she may actually be dead due to the negligence of your forebears, your job is not done. Oh boy.
Rough start. It's going to be an uphill battle.
That does sound like werewolves, but wow, that's kind of extreme.
So before we get there, though, we have to start at the beginning of the lore for Werewolf the Apocalypse, the very beginning, which in this case is the Big Bang. Mental.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
All right, so the werewolf's beginning is literally the beginning of the universe. All right.
You were going to say, start with some religious, myth or something, the Big Bang.
Yeah. I was kind of excited. Yes, the blood of Christ has done some nonsense. I guess this isn't Trench Crusade, but still. Something like that. Yeah, I was with Pancreas. I wasn't expecting the Big Bang.
I think that might be one of the funniest things Possum's ever written, to be honest. I'm so blunt. So, at the beginning of time, there was a divine trinity of entities or concepts known as the Triad that existed in the realm of spirits known as the Umbra. Individually, they are the Wild, the Weaver, and the Worm. The Wild is the primordial force of creation and chaos. The Weaver is the stabilizing force of order that essentially processes the chaos of the wild and makes sense of it, and the Worm is destruction. When these forces work in tandem with one another, they are perfectly balanced, as all things should be. The endless chaotic possibilities are given pattern and structure so they don't revert back to chaos in the pattern web constructed by the Weaver. The Worm, as it was originally structured, sat somewhere between the Wild and the Weaver to ensure that the order of the Weaver or the chaos of the Wild didn't prevailed over one or the other. This was, in Garou mythology, cosmic balance and structure that lasted for an eternity. In fact, Gaia herself sprang directly from the Wild, but we'll get to her a bit later. But as a note, some editions have it the other way round, where Gaia is the one who made the Triad. Current law states that they created her, so we'll stick with that for now. I'm immediately seeing how you might look some of this stuff up and be like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Which way round is any of this? We are essentially a paragraph into the history of werewolves, and there's already a contradiction. That's mad.
The artwork of them all connecting and all that looks great though. That is such a crazy piece of art.
That does look like some nice proper occultist shit.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going around there and I'm seeing Cyber Realm, Wolf Home, Ethereal Arcadia. Is that Flex? But then
Scar
is simply called Atrocity.
Oh no.
You don't want a holiday in Atrocity, do you?
Oh, please, that's where my summer home is.
I my summer home was in Flex. Is that Flex or Fix? Flex? Flex? You can't quite tell because the what could be an E looks it accidentally got scratched out.
It's like there's a little censor mark over. So redacted.
Yeah. I guess they didn't want to.
The SCP Foundation is.
Yeah, they didn't want to flex on us too hard, right?
Oh, there's Erebus as well. Oh, it's still following us. Oh no,
fuck Erebus. Summer County. Hey, do you think the werewolves are presiding in Wolf Home?
This is the universe, huh?
Yeah.
What does that mean? As in what?
Is that it's on the back of a big turtle? That does look vaguely like a turtle. Well, part of that.
Represent. Let's go.
I do see what I believe that's a really messed up gothic looking turtle, and then there's a worm. There's a spider. Yeah. All right, hang on. This is coming together.
That artwork is absolutely incredible. I love that.
Yeah,
it is
wild.
I see me when I don't see.
Yeah, imagine me guys, let me paint a picture of our universe for you, and this And it's like, wow.
What do I not understand? I went into YouTube right after graduating college. I haven't used my brain in 5 years, all right?
Only 5? Man, please. I graduated college and I haven't used my brain in like a decade.
You guys graduated? Okay, so let's Unfortunately, organization seldom remains. Though it's disagreed upon as to how this exactly happened between Garou, it's mostly agreed that the Weaver went a bit off-kilter. Its desire to craft and maintain order made it overstep and attempt to force the entirety of the wild into pure patterned existence. The overwhelming prospect of fully organizing undiluted chaos drove the Weaver to madness. In its madness, the Weaver would trap the worm in the pattern web itself so that its pursuit against the wild could not be hampered, and also to prevent destruction from ruining its patterned perfection. The trapping of the worm in the pattern web also drove it insane as well. Instead of being purely destruction, it became something new. Its adaptation was a means for it to not only survive, but also thrive. And I've got a quote for you here, DK.
Okie doke. Unable to devour nearly as much as it could before, the worm learned to bend and twist the Weaver's webs, using them to spread corruption. Instead of destroying something outright, the worm could twist it so that its victims would first corrupt the creature and objects around it, eventually destroying itself. Entropy, death, and destruction are not new. All three are natural parts of the world, existing since the beginning of the cosmos and the Triad's birth. Corruption is new, and with it came other new and terrible phenomena. Parasites, autoimmune diseases, and fatal overgrowths like cancer all became more virulent than they had been previously. Corruption made new toxins possible, toxins that could rend the Umbra's fabric and cause spirits to twist and sicken. Gross.
That bastard worm gave me diabetes.
So I'm giving it to everybody.
Not quite how that worked.
Well, now we know what's going to happen if DK ever gets some sort of, lifelong condition. He's going to make it everyone else's problem, which is something we might have to look out for. But okay.
Hold on. According to that quote, if I get it and I can do that, not only am I going to start giving it around, I'm going to give around a worse version. It's going to be more potent. It's going to be more corrupt. I'm going to give super disease out.
Giving that, what is that? Is it a cartoon or a comic where it's like with your abilities you could cure cancer?
Oh yeah,
yeah, but I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't want to cure cancer. I want to make dinosaurs.
Yeah. I'm sure you have the comic panel because we've talked about that before, Shai.
It's a classic. It's so good. So the balance of pattern-based order has been replaced with decay and stagnation as the Mad Weaver now weaves patterns completely unchecked, and the worm is driven to blind, corruptive hunger as it strives to break its bonds and devour all of creation. It's a bad start. It's a bad start, man. That's not great. And this another quote.
This is how we get werewolves, right? Right. We're this is still the werewolf episode. Yeah,
we're getting there.
Okay,
we're getting there.
I'm like, this is. I was like, are we on like a Cthulhu cosmic horror episode? Like, are we actually doing Eldritch gods? Because this is crazy. This is wild.
It definitely has that feel to it, and I really like it because of that. It's really cool.
It is great, for sure. I'm just like, werewolves? Anyway, go ahead with the quote. Sorry.
This is all you, Pancreas.
Some time ago, before human beings recorded the rise and fall of empires and civilizations and called it all history, werewolves held dominance over the natural world. Created by Gaia to be the world's protectors, they passed along their gifts to their children. Some chose to mate with humanity, favoring their intelligence and adaptability. Others chose to take mates from the wolves, embracing their pack mentality and tenacity. The Garou acted as a check on the growth of the human population, but protected humanity as well. They tried to teach humanity to live in harmony with the world and to find balance. What happened, then, to make humanity so wrong?
Ooh. There was some werewolf that imprinted on a child, you know. Oh, you guys aren't going to get that. You haven't hate watched Twilight recently, have you? All right.
No. I in fact, you said I was. He did. He's a werewolf.
Damn. Crazy.
Oh,
wild.
That is such. What a statement to have this next sentence follow along.
Oh no!
To protect herself and to protect. I don't know what. I just don't think. To protect herself and to protect the balance of nature, Gaia created various Fera, which is the name for the breed of creatures that shapeshift. I'd forgotten how the sentence ended when I started, so it ended up being not bad as I thought it would be. This was via collaboration with other spirits, including Luna. The combined work of Luna and Gaia resulted in the creation of the Garou, which were tasked as being defenders. It was, at least to their oral traditions and myth, their sole purpose of existence. Garou are at their core spiritual creatures. They're not the ones you see playing basketball or the ones drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's with perfect hair. I don't know what that means. What's that in reference to?
I don't know.
Is that just an American thing?
Trader Vic's with a pina colada? I don't know.
Oh no.
Is that I'm not sure.
I swing and a miss, possum.
Is that
r/whoosh?
Is the bit here like going to Trader Joe's just sloshed?
Why would you go to Trader Joe's slosh? You miss out on all the good deals, and you get the good cheap wine there too.
Oh, yeah, I got nothing.
You gotta go into Trader Joe's with a level head so you don't miss out on the bargains. And they don't deliver. You have to go to the store. You can't DoorDash from Trader Joe's.
That feels like an oversight. Surely
no, they actually do that on purpose because they want to. What's their silly little slogan? They want you to feel the community aspect. You have to come into the store and find your blah blah blah, and it's so much more exciting that way, or some bullshit.
The community aspect. It's food shopping.
I don't remember what it was. It's some nonsense like that, though.
Oh, you know what? I think I might be allergic to that.
When in reality, it's probably they just don't want to pay the fine or whatever, or the fee for whatever. They make good stuff, so I honestly don't care because they make really good stuff. So it's like whatever. Also, this is a tangent that doesn't need to be its own werewolves episode.
It really is. I'm just like having a very British reaction to the idea of food shopping being a community thing.
Something like that.
I don't want that. No one wants that.
I'm sure he's referencing
and you don't look at anyone.
Yeah, Possum's probably referencing some shit like An American Werewolf in London from 1981 when Possum was a mere 35 years old.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I'm shy. Yeah. We need Possum alive to keep writing the scripts. You can't just kill him like that.
I mean, if he was 35 in 1981, we might be in trouble on that front anyway, to be fair. So nor do the Garou turn strictly under the full moon, but silver is an issue. And their connection to Gaia means that they're able to have a unique sensitivity to the Umbra and are able to wield magic to an extent. The war between the Triads is a spiritual one, and the apocalyptic implications of it put Gaia at risk, so they are there to enforce her safety. The enforcement of order to prevent the world from spiraling into unchecked chaos is their lifeblood and duty. This, of course, can mean the fending off of spirits or other malicious entities from overstepping, but it also means the hunting of unchecked predators, preventing overexpansion and growth, and culling those that have stepped uncomfortably out of what is perceived to be natural order. Though Gaia's creations were meant to work in harmony with one another for sake of her protection, this doesn't mean that it's worked. I mean, just from the intro alone, it sounds like it's not worked, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it was going to be very effective, at least in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity would adapt and evolve over centuries, and they would begin to form cities and nations. This was one of the first major issues that the Garou not only had to come to terms with, but also had to act on. In a period known as the Impergium, the Garou culled the humans during prehistoric times. That lasted potentially until the Middle Ages. That is Wow.
That is quite a bit of murder.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh boy. Don't worry, we're here to protect you.
Also, I do have one criticism of this artwork so far. That last image is just like, that's just LA. That's not art.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I don't know if that's L.A. That's probably that feels more like the Inland Empire, where all of the smog and pollution from L.A. just gets caught in the valley. So that's more like that's more like Riverside.
That's about 10 miles out of L.A.
Yeah, exactly. God.
And for those of you in the UK, that is Hanley Bus Station, right down to the sticks. It's exactly that place. The most likely place in the UK to be where Satan enters the world, I think it's fair to say. So the Garou destroyed human cities and settlements, stamped out the advancement of technology, and capped off the expansion of the human population. The Impurgium was so brutal against humans that we collectively, as a species, have PTSD from this incident that has resulted in an instinct known as delirium. Wow.
I thought it was going to be some made-up word like wolf psychosis or something. It's just delirium. Yeah.
I don't know why, but wolf psychosis is a great phrase. I really like it.
Thank you. Just made it up, if you can believe it.
He don't bite.
So I'm going to go on.
That's what that image is. That's Princess.
Yeah.
He doesn't bite.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Is that my leg?
Delirium then impacts a human when they see a Garou in their true form. It's a state of panic and denial so aggressive that it makes the person who experiences it immediately repress their memories and forces a disbelief so strong that it enforces the idea that werewolves aren't real.
Holy shit. So it's like human. Well, I shouldn't house baby this. Don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
I mean, it's it's one way to keep your werewolf tribe hidden is to just be so horrifying that no one remembers it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way they do it is they were just so awful to humans, and they killed so many of them that they have ingrained a terror so deep that it causes like a terror-filled amnesia when they see them. It's crazy.
That's some 4D chess shit. We're gonna traumatize this entire species so badly that they'll forget we exist purely out of self-preservation. Let's go.
Self-preservation and utter fear in our real form. They're just gonna not remember. That's crazy. It's insane.
There's a lot of that in this, by the way. There's a lot of this is one of the a prime example episode of the ones where like I read it through a couple of times before we record it, but there's still sentences that make me laugh as I'm saying it, either because it's funny or because it's so absurdly awful that it just triggers that response. There's a lot of them in this particular one.
How many humans do you have to kill to get that debuff? Like, Jesus.
Now, all of that, of course, depends on the human surviving the encounter. This assumption that the Fera are more specifically the Garou doesn't exist is known as the Veil. Similar to the idea of the masquerade, the enforcement of the Veil is something essential to allow for the Garou to operate and protect Gaia as they were designed to do. Delirium helps this for sure, but even it is imperfect. It only impacts a human if they are in the direct presence of a Garou in a specific form. It does not account for things like video footage, pictures, or written reports. A Garou has to be very careful, as harming the Veil is a nightmarish blow every time. I mean, fair. If it was a case of like this person read a report of someone seeing a horrific wolf creature and even that caused it, that would be insane.
There's not much room for doing anything if that's the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even like pictures and like video and stuff, it's like, well, that's acceptable too.
Yeah. Now we move on to the Wars of Rage. Not just the one. There's been multiple wars of rage. But,
well, yeah, they're fucking werewolves. Of course there have been multiple wars of rage.
Yeah.
I would have been shocked if there was just the one.
They did it once and they were like, that's enough for us. It seems unlikely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The misguided Impergium would end on the heels of another more violent war. You see, werewolves were not the only things with the ability to shapeshift that were created by Gaia. The Fera, as the Garou called them, were a litany of other animal shapeshifters that served Gaia. Served, past tense, hint, hint, and assisted her in various aspects to retain some degree of order and harmony in the world. We could have an entirely separate episode on the other Fera, frankly. Ultimately, nobody is certain who started the event known as the War of Rage, but it's assumed fairly universally that the Garou were the aggressors. I mean, yeah.
Really, the bloodthirsty werewolves were the aggressors. And they're the ones that won, obviously, because they're
say it ain't
still
so.
here. Yeah.
Wow.
Although that one picture does have what looks to be a shape-shifting bear and a dragon. I'm surprised the Garou won, actually. There's a lion down there.
There's a shark. There's a shark.
Whoever had them fight weresharks, give that person all of the raise.
Oh my god, that is a wereshark. What in the hell? I was so preoccupied with like the dragon and the bear, I did not even see the wereshark.
Hell
wow.
Yeah. Hell yeah for the wereshark. Amazing.
Oh man, they're fighting it in the water. Dude,
I hear Linkin Park emanating from this image.
But what era of Linkin Park? It's important. Hybrid theory? Meteora?
Yeah, it's got to be something of hybrid. It's got to be something of hybrid theory, surely. I feel like that was the album
This is Somewhere I Belong territory.
Nice. Okay. I was going to say, because this isn't One More Light territory, right? That's not. I don't think that's what this is.
No. This is prime like AMV territory. 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a castle of glass, obviously.
Like Shy says, I like to imagine the werewolves still up to bear to fight the sharks.
Dude, that'd be so. I'm here for it. Would it fit the setting? Probably not, but I want to believe as well. Shy.
Oh my god, I want that art framed. That's so good. The Garou took their role as Gaia's protectors very seriously, and some felt that they were the only ones that were fully capable of accomplishing this. Others believed it started because the Garou demanded to know the tricks and secrets the other Fera were taught by Gaia, despite them not being privy to that. Whether it was one pinpointed start or a snowball effect, the War of Rage would result in the packs of Garou hunting down and attacking the other Fera species, some of which were completely eradicated in the process. These wars were, much like the Impergium, genocide campaigns. When we talk more about the tribes, we'll get to some of the consensus about what they thought about this whole terrible event, because the thoughts are mixed. Some believe that it's a stain on the Garou that they have to carry for an eternity to come, while others believe that it should have been more aggressive. Wow.
What? How? Well, I guess that's true. Some of them did survive, right? Some small packs of some of these other pharaohs still survived, right? They're like, damn, we didn't wipe out literally everything in a genocidal campaign that left us the only survivors. We were too easy on them.
The problem when you commit to that kind of thing is anyone left alive is presumably not going to like you very much going forward.
So true, bestie. So true.
Definitely would have left a mark that they're not happy with at the end of that. I think also the thing that's got me with that is having seen the picture of the werewolves fighting the weresharks, the idea that they needed to be more aggressive, which I know is just the way it's been phrased. I don't know how you get more aggressive than surfing out into the ocean to fight a shark when you're a wolf.
We needed to be more aggressive. Also,
I don't physically know how you could be.
The results needed to be more aggressive. They were plenty aggressive. Also, Shai said, unironically, that's how World of Darkness explains cryptids, like Wendigo is just a surviving shapeshifter not killed by wolves. That's kind of cool. I kind of dig that, actually.
Yeah, I like that. That's
good.
Now, we have a quote for you, DK.
The werewolves won the War of Rage, but it may have cost them everything. If the other fair were alive now, if they had remained intact and able to perform their tasks, the worm would never have gained the foothold it has on the world. But the Garou were ill-suited to the task that the fair performed, and while they were busy winning the War of Rage, humanity was finding its own voice and strength. Bum, bum, bum.
I'd like to imagine, they took a 5-minute break from shark killing, and then they look left, and is that the Roman Empire? When did that get
there? They weren't thinking about the Roman Empire enough. They're not built like us.
So eventually, during this time, humanity figured out a weakness the Garou have. Whether it was by accident or a discovery gifted to humanity by Gaia herself, the Garou took a step back and realised they needed to stop. They fought for months to figure out how to do it, and they settled on an agreement called Concord. They would not call humanity with impunity, and they would maintain a separate society. They'd attempt to guide humanity, but would not meddle. The Garou faded in human memory, but as stated before, the fear remained. Also, bad news, this wasn't the only War of Rage, because the second one took place during the period of time in which the Western United States was being explored by some and brought to heel by others. Those fairer in the Americas were mostly spared during the War of Rage because, for the most part, it didn't really take place in the US. The Garou tribes there were harmonious with the native fairer of the lands. The arrival of the European Garou seemed to spell imminent death for the fairer of the Americas, but the American Garou helped them evade the invaders, resulting in Garou attacking Garou before hunting down more fairer. Attacks like these would happen in other parts of the world too, but none would be as catastrophic. Still, the damage was done, but perhaps not as damaging as the progress of industry during this time. They literally were fighting sharks for so long that we've ended up with lumber mills. And
never mind. Pardon me. They fought sharks so long we progressed to colonial America.
Yeah. Crazy. Jesus.
But they needed to be more aggressive.
Also, is it bad that now I want shape-shifting shark faction?
No,
I think that's a very reasonable want, actually.
Yeah. You've shown it to me, World of Darkness. Now I need it. But then you went and genocided them,
that, don't we?
Yeah. They genocided them in some very cool art, though. Like that.
There's no way they got all of the shark people. Surely, they're werewolves trying to fight in the ocean. They definitely didn't get all of the sharks.
There's some hiding in the Marianas Trench. Yeah. They couldn't get down there. Although neither could a shark, actually. I don't think even the sharks can get down there. But that's beside the point.
Is that what the Meg is based on? Is it actually a World of Darkness crossover? It's just one of the really big sharks that's down there.
Yeah, well...
I've never seen the Meg, I'll be honest.
Good news, they're called Rokia and they still exist. Let's go! My day is infinitely better now. Thanks, Shai.
That is exactly how I want that to look. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was like, if I don't start the next bit, I'm just going to stare at the crazy shark person.
Also, do me a favor, and everybody should look up the Vin Diesel doing the Space Sharks toy campaign thing. He's introducing a bunch of people to Space Sharks toy before he was big and famous. Everybody look it up, please. Love it. What a passionate man. Go on, Kirioth.
That might be one of the weirdest recommendations you've given in all of these episodes, but I'm here for it. Now, at this point, defending Gaia became exceptionally difficult because the way to go about it has changed to be a bit more complex. Before, you could essentially wipe out a logging facility and the job would be done. Case closed, Gaia is saved, but the same actions of before have more things to consider. A Garou can still attack something like a logging facility, but the attack on such a facility doesn't break the wheel. Replacement equipment will be produced, other facilities will work harder, more drastic preventative measures will be put into place, and bureaucracy rules overall, etc., etc. And I have a quote for you here, Pancreas.
It takes a very cunning werewolf to successfully find the trail of spiritual pollution in a facility, sorting out the genuinely corrupted from those who are simply sacrificing their hopes a little bit in order to make the next paycheck. Such tactics will have to be mastered, though, and soon. If not, the Garou will be stuck playing a purely defensive war, one they cannot hope to win.
I love the sorting out the genuinely corrupt from those that are sacrificing hope for a paycheck. God damn.
It's already too real. I don't like it.
I say also, can I make what I feel is a safe assumption about the at least the original writers of this book?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like every single one of them attended Woodstock.
It's entirely possible.
Oh God! I mean, some of the artwork has definitely got a kind of, I don't know. There's just like a vibe to it. Just a couple of pieces felt like weirdly appropriate for that assumption.
Can we please appreciate the Pentex poster that has the werewolf biting that dude's head off very casually? The other two are just like, what a beautiful day for industry. And that poor set.
Also, yeah, that guy has a gun. The barrel of that thing is pointed directly at his balls.
Pretty much. Yep. Mm-hmm.
A lot going on in this image.
That's the
woman
cool
is
way to hold a
pouring
gun.
out pills like confetti. There's a lot going on here.
That is a poster of all time. Mm-hmm.
The guy's just like spilling fuel onto the floor. It's not even going into a car. He's just like, yeah.
This is an advertisement?
That's got to be like a Garou propaganda piece.
Surely.
It has to be.
Surely it's not Pentex putting that out. Jesus.
This'll make the humans feel safe. God.
Now, we're going to go on to Garou forms, strengths, weaknesses, and vampires. So they have 5 forms that they can shift between, Garou, not vampires, and each one has advantages and disadvantages. Of course, there's the Homid form. It's a person. That's it, human on the outside through and through. Mm-hmm. Granted, this human may be stronger than your run-of-the-mill human, but there's no real indication that this is anything more than a person just going about their business. Obviously, being a regular old human is very helpful from time to time. You can use tools, you can operate in the city, all of that sort of thing. Similarly, the lupus form is just a wolf. Wolf on the outside, and those subject to wolf-like instinct, the mind of someone in lupus form is still generally more human-like, for lack of a better descriptor. Mm-hmm. Sometimes going into lupus form is great if you need to move through nature undetected, and you can likely communicate with animals. The next form is called Glabro. Now, from a distance, a Garou in Glabro form may pass as a human being, but as you get closer, you can see that it's not truly human. It's bigger than a human, both in height and muscle mass, and it's got a lot more hair than a human. It has some claw-like nails and some form of proto-fangs. It's like the classic mid-transformation between a werewolf and a human that we know from media. Yeah. You can walk on 2 legs and sprint on 4, extreme strength, allowing the Glabro to do some light werewolf-style damage without committing fully to the bit, as this form does not cause delirium in humans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from a distance, especially if, that guy puts his hoodie up, he's like, yeah, that's still just a guy.
Yeah. You can still have some disguise.
Yeah.
The it's similar to that. The Hispo form is essentially that, but wolf.
The other way,
far away. Yeah, looks like a wolf, but as you get closer, it's not a wolf. More akin to a direwolf. It's gigantic and is comparable in weight and size to the final form that we're about to talk about. It's exceptionally fast and its senses are sharp. Think of the wolf form at the end of American Werewolf in London that's used in that one meme next to the smiling Labrador. You know the one.
You were so right, Shai. He probably was referencing American Wolf in London. You're As soon as that part of the script got read, I was like, oh my God, Shai clocked him. She clocked him so fucking hard. Oh my God. It's good to see it the other way around for a change.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man. Combo red.
Mm-hmm. Download complete.
The final form is the one that you most commonly associate with a werewolf, and this form is known as the Krynos form. It's a 9-foot tall humanoid wolf monstrosity built for destruction and killing. Almost 400% stronger than a normal human, it's covered in fur, sharp fangs, thick claws, capable of tearing apart steel, and is capable of walking on 2 legs. Krynos is not a form that's taken very lightly, and it's done out of necessity more than anything else because, frankly, you can't really stop the rage of it if you lose control. At any moment, a Garou in this form can enter an endless frenzy that doesn't stop until everything nearby is destroyed.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, that's the classic werewolf form. When you think of a werewolf, you think of that thing.
Yep.
Kind of makes that War of Rage thing, slightly more understandable when if you go, full werewolf mode, it's just the voice in the back of your head that says kill. There's no turning it off.
Yeah, that is the only voice in your head. Sorry to overuse it, but rip and tear until you're done.
It's the dedication to getting out into the ocean that is the impressive part about that. Do they surf out as humans then transform? That given the longevity to last against the sharks? The logistics of that picture, I cannot stop thinking about it.
They launch themselves with a catapult and then transform midair like a Titan shifter.
Hell yeah. Werewolf trebuchet warfare. I'm in.
That's crazy. I kind of hope that's how they do it. Remember, you don't transform until you're on the descent and you see the shark. God.
That's my favorite sentence I've ever heard. Funnily enough, howling is a big deal for Garou, and it's perhaps their most powerful means of expression. Incredible amounts of information can be condensed in a howl, and perfecting it can be the life's work for some Garou. It can be something simple like the howl of introduction, which is basically a, hey, is this someone's turf? Here's my name and details, can I come in? Or an anthem of war to rally the troops. Mournful howls, like the Howl for the Wolf, are used to commemorate a fallen Garou, while the Song of Mockery is essentially one telling them to go fuck themselves.
That's the one I want to learn.
Yeah, that's the most important one.
Mm-hmm.
Though there are many strengths given to the Garou by Gaia and Luna, there are also some weaknesses. Unless they're in Homid or Lupus form, Garou are highly susceptible to injuries and open wounds caused by silver, which they call Luna's metal. The Bane of Silver was what was discovered by humans, and the results are devastating. Garou heal pretty rapidly, but a wound caused by silver lingers for much longer and is far more painful. Much like the movies, a shot through the heart with a silver bullet can kill a Garou. Some Garou do carry silver weapons in the event of fighting another Garou, but the natural allergy to it causes the Garou carrying it to be weakened. And as mentioned just a moment ago, they also have a primal rage deeply ingrained in them, and much like silver, the impact of this is not noticeable in the Homid or Lupus forms. The more monstrous they get, the more likely they are to lose control or sustain grievous injuries, courtesy of silver. The volatility of a Garou, has resulted in 2 psychological conditions that are on opposite ends of one another. Harano and Howglosk. Harano is essentially great apathy and a sense of despair when considering the weight of their duties as a Garou. Can relate. The fight against the worm is seemingly hopeless at times, and the fear of Gaia's death is overwhelming. This gloom can become inescapable and can start as depression and may result in a sense of poorly advised lashing out of desperation. On the opposite end is Howglosk. This is an extreme form of zealotry and righteousness that victory can be achieved at any cost and everything justifies it. Everything, even the killing of many others. Catastrophic valor that is almost unshakable.
Yeah.
That picture for that description.
Damn.
Just yeeting a guy off a bridge.
He's hitting him with the old Palpatine. He's hitting him with old Vader Palpatine. He's going to chuck him into the waste.
He's throwing Cecil into a sewer.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Cecil. He didn't see that coming, did he? Also, now is as good a time as any to talk about vampires randomly, as we had a very brief chat about their relationship with werewolves in the last episode. And by that I mean Shai made it very clear that a Garou can pull a kindred's head out through its ass. This is true, But a big factor with this has to do with the structure of both creatures. Kindred tend to be independent and isolationist creatures, where Garou are pack-oriented. A 1v1 scenario between a Garou and a Kindred is rare because of this, as well as the fact that Garou tend to avoid cities, which is where Kindred thrive. But their hatred is there for one another, and they both have creative slurs they call one another too. So the kin called Garou lupines, and the Garou called kin leeches, for example. The Garou believe that kindred serve the worm, and though sometimes alliances can be formed, mostly with Gangrel, the mutual antagonism is too strong. There exists a big misconception on the end of Garou, though. They believe that the strongest of the kindred are the ones that look the oldest and most physically deformed. So they may take some fledgling Nosferatu as an almost godlike fighter when they might have been embraced like 2 months ago, while completely disregarding the youthful-looking bruiser that turns a Garou into a carpet before it can even blink.
That, yeah.
I feel bad for the freshly turned Nosferatu catching strays off werewolves.
You're hideous. You must be powerful.
There is no fair enemy placement. Oh, wonderful shot. Also, why? Wow, oh my God. The more I look, that guy is so fucked.
Oh, absolutely. Not only is there a Krynos that's about to just Jordan his ass.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's coming from the top rope.
But also there are so many werewolves around. So if he's like, oh shoot, I mistimed my jump, and he ends up like a foot in front of him or something, good luck. There's 4 other ones looming.
I think I count 7 in total. If
7?
All those little red dots are eyes.
Oh, I didn't see the ones in the backpack. Oh, yeah, you're right.
There's a lot. There's a lot there.
Yeah, yep.
And we got to assume that there's another one taking a photo as well.
He's like, oh, we're going to want to remember this one. that is
old one with the boys.
That's not the way you want to get posterized. That is not.
No.
That's going on the mantle of the guy that's about to dunk on him, but oof, boy, that human is about to... He might not even feel it. He might just about to be turned into a fine paste. He might not even know what happens to him.
No, he's absolutely fucked. He's got no idea.
How is this dork so oblivious to the 7 vampires around him?
Vampires?
Vampires, werewolves, sorry, yeah.
He's definitely a vampire, right? Because there's like a weird blood tree in front of him. He's looking up at the light, probably thinking, I wish I hadn't been turned by that Nosferatu idiot. I'm going to end up hideous.
Least of your worries right now, pal.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this ugly fuck. Damn.
It's that leap as well.
Oh, for sure.
with all the trebuchet launching towards the sharks, that guy is absolutely nailing the landing.
Damn, man, you so ugly. World of Darkness werewolves would want to kill you first.
Yeesh.
The most specifically dirty pun ever created.
You
know they're a dork if that insult works on them.
If that insult works, yeah.
Nerd!
It was mentioned in the Vampire the Masquerade episode that Kindred should not embrace Garou because the result would be an abomination. This is abomination with a capital A. A Garou rarely survive an embrace due to how painful it is. It's not clear why Gaia allows some to survive, and these abominations are creatures of immense strength and violence. Their presence is terrifying to Kindred and Garou alike, and both of them will actively seek out these abominations and purge them before they can unleash unstoppable hell, courtesy of their deteriorating minds, preventing them from controlling the powers of Gaia and Cain. It could always be worse, it turns out.
I mean, a vampire werewolf crossing does sound like just the worst thing ever. Abomination, capital A, 100%. How are there? There can't be a lot of them because they're constantly hunted down by both of them. You don't want to be in the crosshairs of vampires and werewolves, but like it seems like they'd be pretty ridiculously strong and they could maybe defend themselves pretty well.
They are hugely strong, but they are like horribly, horribly hated. It's just a case of this cannot be allowed to.
Every time one of them shows up, it's that image of the street.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, this is what a statement here. So Possum has unironically written, so here's where things get a little weird.
Now they get weird.
Now it's weird, Okay.
That ship has long sailed through werewolf and wereshark infested waters.
Everything thus far has been perfectly on the level. Now's where the boat starts.
Yeah. That ship has sailed so long, werewolves are trying to kill it.
It's gone from being a wooden ship to a paddle steamer to a full-blown aircraft carrier at this stage. But sure, being a werewolf and experiencing lycanthropy is not a disease. It's a heritable trait. Some of this has changed a little bit, so we'll get into both versions because Possum knows folks will talk about it. So, in the old lore, Garou were the result of interspecies breeding. Specifically interspecies. One parent is a Garou, the other is a non-Garou, so either a human or a wolf. The parentage of this child would determine the breed of the Garou. Garou born to human families are not really distinguishable between their parents or their siblings, and there isn't really a gene you can check for that screams werewolf. Those who are, however, tend to experience strange dreams and weird bouts of rage in their youth before the truth of their existence is revealed. If two Garou attempted to have a child, that child would be something called a metis, a deformed and sterile creature that, at one point, were viewed as pariahs with some sort of pure blood. Ooh. Speaking of blood, the breeding of the Garou results in dedicated lineages, and in the old lore, the tribes of Garou were more dedicated to this.
Oh, Shy in all caps is saying, wait. I'm assuming, Shy, you have something very topical. I like how we all collectively immediately understood the joke that she just told, and we all just started like uncontrollably laughing. So Shy says, wait, Bricky would say this is like the Asarian Mass Effect. I mean, it kind of is. He wouldn't be totally off base. A weird time to bring it up, but
Even if it was the slimmest of tangential similarities, it would come up. We know that it would.
Yeah, for sure. Also, Kirioth, when do you play Mass? Anyway, that's a different episode. That's a totally different episode.
Well, I'm in that boat with you, Kirioth, so...
What?
Look, I played one up until I punched the reporter. I saw all I needed to.
It's the best part of the game.
Just continue the episode before I have a full-blown just...
Oh, it is a cute little guy.
Just tell me more about the werewolves, man.
Aw.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that is a big...
Oh, yeah, that is a huge paw.
Described as deformed and sterile, that's not deformed.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a bite.
Don't make any assumptions on sterile based off the picture.
Yeah. Although the guy in the background of that second image, that wolf is hidden like that Goku Prowler meme pose.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that there is a sterile child in a paw and a looming, hungry-looking wolf in the background. Don't like that.
I heard you were a strong abomination.
I've totally lost where we are. Where were we? Okay, there we go. So Christ, I got blindsided by the Bricky Mass Effect reference, even though he's not here. Speaking of blood, then, the breeding of the Garou results in dedicated lineages, and in the old lore, the tribes of Garou were more dedicated to this. The concept of kinfolk comes from this, and for some it resulted in something more akin to eugenics to assure a clean bloodline, but this doesn't exist anymore. In short, kinfolk are the children of werewolves that carry the gene of a werewolf, regardless of whether or not they can change themselves. Some tribes viewed them with great reverence, while others viewed them as breeding stock.
Oh, no. Not the
gross end of the sentence.
God.
Okay. In 5th edition, the above has been removed. Numbers of Garou cannot be increased through breeding, and the becoming of a Garou is something that just happens. Similar to goblinization in Shadowrun, they emerge through the population seemingly at random, and many scholars have tried to pinpoint the how and the why. Metis do not exist any longer, and the tribes exist now as an affiliation instead of something more kinfolk-centered. I had forgotten about goblinization in Shadowrun, and now I just can't stop thinking about half the population suddenly turning into trolls, goblins, and orcs, which is still incredible. Presumably on a lesser scale in World of Darkness. Half the population suddenly waking up as a werewolf. That could cause imbalance in the extreme.
Yeah. I feel like that would be a great way to end some other game lines when, the vampire goes out to feast, and then, again, the street image isn't just werewolf country, it's just the country. Would probably help great with that Pentex thing, though, if suddenly 4 billion werewolves now exist on the planet.
Oh, what music would the band 4 Billion Werewolves make? Because I feel like there's potential there.
It's just screaming. It's just like turbo screamo metal.
Obviously, they'd make the same music as Powerwolf.
I can't believe I missed that one. God damn it. That was right in front of me.
It sure was.
All right. I think you win that one. I had nothing, and that's... Wow.
Lead singer got that dog in him.
Literally.
Now we are going to move on to the auspices. So similarly with the dividing point, we have the auspices. The auspice of a Garou determines their role in society based on a phase of the moon. In the older lore, the auspice was determined by the moon which was in the sky during their birth, whereas in 5e this is shifted to the moon that was in the sky during the Garou's first change. In the older lore, the first change would happen generally in a catastrophic manner during adolescence, whereas in the newer lore, it tends to happen in adulthood as a result of something triggering it. Be it a reaction to a tragedy or a shock, it can result in the first change happening. Sometimes this can be a particularly bad nightmare where they wake up to find out that it's actually reality, or in very rare instances, it can just be out of the blue with no warning. I don't know which sounds worse of those two, honestly. I mean, they both suck.
Yeah, waking up from a nightmare and being like, oh no, that wasn't a nightmare. That's just my reality. That's not great.
Being out for a drink at the bar and suddenly turning into a werewolf and murdering everyone isn't ideal either.
No.
Suppose not. Oh man, now I have to find a new bar. Where am I going to do trivia nights now? God.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern you have, not the presumable army of police officers on their way.
Nah, I'm a werewolf. Who cares, right? Come on. Well, they got silver bullets? I don't think so. Government-funded police officers with silver bullets? That's crazy.
What are you going to do? Shoot me with a silver bullet? Last words of a man. The auspice of a new moon, then, is known as Ragabash, the trickster, the questioner of the old ways, the rogue, if you will. They are there to question Garou society and show the aspects of it that are either working fine or require an overhaul. They are the tricksters, but also the teachers. To many, they're viewed as annoying and a pest to be ignored, and their tricks make them look like dicks, but ignoring them also ignores their true wisdom. Their provocative nature is meant to show the flaws and not to pretend that everything is okay when it's not. The auspice of a crescent moon is known as Theurge, the seer, the shaman, the searcher of the old ways. The druid, essentially, but also, let's be real, werewolf wizards.
Let's go, werewolf wizards!
Hell yeah.
These are the most spiritually inclined of the Garou and bridge the gap between the Garou and the spirits of the world. They are connected to Umbra and those who reside there and are steeped in myth and lore of the spirits. But this also means that their heads get stuck in the spiritual clouds, and they may need to be dragged back to reality by someone else. The auspice of the half moon is known as Philodox, the counselor, the mediator, judgment, the keeper of the old ways, the paladin, effectively. Leading in times of peace, they know the laws of Garou by heart and are able to not only settle disagreements, but also reaffirm what it means to be Garou. Oftentimes, they will find themselves to be leaders, and if they're not, they tend to fill the role of advisor perfectly. Their interpretation of the laws is powerful, and order is kept because of them. But, of course, many may interpret their judgment as a means of playing politics and nothing more.
Gross.
Sort of has a Grand Vizier vibe to it, but presumably not as always evil.
Evil politician werewolf? No, thank you. Politicians are bad enough. You turn one into a werewolf now? Get the fuck out of my face, Philodox.
Hey, they keep
his family's favorite.
He'd probably keep public parks and everything nice and clean at least.
Really encouraging people to pick up after their dog. Or the dog gets eaten. It's up to you.
Or you eat the dog.
You get eaten.
Yeah. The auspice of the gibbous moon is known as Galliard, the poet, the lover of the old ways, the bard, essentially. They are the keepers of law and know the ancient stories and songs of the Garou and speak to their history. They weave tales based off of new stories and tend to lead members of the pack into battle with songs of glory. As they serve as bardic representations of a long and storied history, they are also the ones that sort of dictate it. Their songs and tales are of glory, but they get to really pick which of these tales truly matter, and sometimes this means that they are not trusted either. And finally, the auspice of the full moon is known as Arun, the warrior, the soldier, the protector of the old ways, your barbarian. Though it's true that all Garou are powerful warriors, some are more built for it than others, and the Arun are exceptionally gifted in the art of war. Be it tactics or brute force, they are the heroes that are sung about, and the warriors that are sought out, and the defenders of those weaker than them. They tend to be the leaders of their packs, and though they're sometimes mistaken as mindless fighters, that couldn't be further from the truth. They will give their lives for their pack if necessary, and will do anything in their power to protect others from the true evils of the world.
Yeah. It is what it says on the tin.
Also, the most angry-looking guy so far. Like that. That's
I don't know, that Galliard guy looks like he is straight up out of his mind, though. Like, that doesn't look like a bard to me. That looks like, someone in a psych ward that's in a straitjacket.
All work and no play make Galliard a dull boy.
Yeah. Very much that, yeah.
It's the dude you do not sit next to on the underground. You make sure you are at least one carriage away and hope that he gets off before you do and that he doesn't immediately get back on again. That is that dude right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not that that's spurred a very specific memory, that expression.
It's like, wow, that's oddly specific, Kirioth.
That was not a fun journey across London, I'm not going to lie.
I bet.
Now, we talked a bit about packs, so now is as good a time as ever to talk about Garou society. The most basic social unit of Garou is, surprise, a pack. In a perfect world, these packs consist of one member of each auspice, but oftentimes it's much less than this, and in rare times much more. These packs are mostly bound by trust, and though they may be at odds with one another, with little disagreements or bickering, there's an innate desire to respect and defend the others in their pack. The thing that truly unifies them is called a totem, which we will get to in a moment. We also have septs. A group of packs tend to group together and make a sept. These septs are localized groups that have a hierarchy about them and are made up of Garou from all different walks of life living and working together. Sometimes these are different tribes, other times they're all the same tribe. The sept tends to be focused around a centralized sacred space known as a Khan. This is a place of neutrality and peace that is a natural conductor between the material world and the Umbra. This allows for the invigoration of spiritual power for a Garou, as well as a place of healing. The Garou of a sept will protect the Khan with their lives.
Yup, I have nothing else to say.
I had to do a throat clear pause.
Okay. I was like, oh no, he's waiting for me to say something and I have nothing to add.
It was that or start making disgusting noises.
Fair. I mean, Image goes hard.
Yeah.
Feels like there's a real argument going on in the back there, though.
Yeah, it's werewolves,
Yeah.
Almost all of the Garou are members of a tribe. Originally, in the lore, a Garou's birth would initially bind them to a particular tribe, but it was up to the Garou or the tribe itself to determine whether or not they were a good fit. Sometimes standards are not met or personal ideologies get in the way, resulting in the Garou seeking out a new tribe to call their own. Some tribes, like the Black Furies, were specialized in taking in those cubs abandoned by their tribes and allowing them to take the rite of passage to prove themselves to the spirit of said tribe, which we will talk about in a moment. In 5th edition, this changed. Much like how a Garou will be born out of nowhere, there is no assumption that they're born into a tribe at all. The Garou remains tribeless until they find a home and successfully prove themselves to the patron spirit of the tribe. This is where we get a bit weird, even though it's been weird already.
Mm-hmm.
So bear with me and be ready for a few boss baby moments.
Oh boy.
All right.
Lovely bit of advanced boss baby warning, we like that. Totems, or patron spirits as they're called in 5th edition, are spirits. Most of the time, these are animal spirits. Shout out to Wolfpack. That wasn't Possum, that was me. But they can also be incarnations of elements, mythological beings, or something else. Everything in the material world has a spirit in the Umbra that tends to be a more dramatic and primal version of its material self. A common analogy is a forest. In the real world, a small forest could be reflected in the Umbra as an unfathomably large redwood forest grove, while something like a garbage heap or landfill could be manifested as a horrific mass of pure toxin that wishes to expand itself further.
I'm sort of seeing where the boss baby is coming in here.
Really?
Maybe a little bit.
Do you want to vocalize the boss baby, or should we simply leave the boss baby as an ethereal, ephemeral spirit lingering over?
You know, your questioning me makes me less confident that I see the boss baby, so I'm just gonna leave it looming and pretend like this is a win for me.
Oh no, you absolutely do. It's entirely what you're thinking of.
Okay.
It's just whether we vocalize it or not.
No, let's not vocalize it.
Do we succumb to temptation is basically what I'm wondering.
I suddenly got very like, oh, is it not the obvious boss baby I thought it was? The way he's questioning me, I might be, am I as dumb as they say?
I would have been shocked if you didn't immediately go to there, to be honest.
Okay, cool. Continue.
So to expand on this a bit, a house is built with boards, and each board has its own spirit and unique reflection in the Umbra. Hell, even things like concepts have a manifestation in the Umbra. Each spirit serves one or more of the triad, and you can boss baby it here a bit when it comes to the Chaos Gods. See?
Yeah.
Possum's already done it. Possum's done it for us.
Cool.
Also, there's the thing of like objects having a reflection in the Umbra is making me think of the Brandon Sanderson, whichever of his series is the one where there's like an odd reflection world, but it's all full of beads. It's really going to bug me. I think it's Lightbringer or something. I forget the name of the series, but it feels like that, where there's like a direct reflection of the world, but it's like everything has a spirit version of itself, and it's really hard to conceptualize.
Not sure.
Genuinely never read a Brandon Sanderson book.
It's going to be incredibly obvious as to which series it is, and people are going to be like, how do you not remember the name of this? But I haven't touched it for a while, which is why I've been too busy reading about people freezing to death in the Arctic on failed expeditions, funnily enough.
Terror!
Which I'm trying to stop now because we've done that, but it's just weirdly addictive reading about people having a terrible time in the cold. Who'd have thought? So
a weird hobby, but all right.
Like, everyone's got to have one, right? Also, reading about it or actually doing it, because I'd argue that doing it is a weirder hobby.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's much weirder. Yeah.
For example, something uniform and organized like an ant colony would align with the wild because it's a wild animal, but it would also align with the weaver because it's a structured and organized society. And it would also sort of align with the worm because ants tend to swarm around food that may be spoiled or left out due to trash. Spirits can be corrupted by the worm, and examples of these spirits include pollution, murder, and industrial decay.
Yay.
These spirits are referred to as Banes, and they are the enemies of the Fera and the focus of the Garou's rage. As spirits can't interact with the world physically, they need to possess things. Powerful spirits can pass the gauntlet, which is the barrier between the physical world and the Umbra, to do so. Spirits can only possess things that are similar to them. The spirit of a glorious stallion can possess something like a miniature pony, because it's a horse, a rocking horse, because it's sort of a horse, and a car engine, because it has horsepower.
Why, that's just silly.
I'm not going to lie. As I was reading this through the first time, I was like, okay, you're losing me.
Yeah.
You're losing me a little bit with this. It's getting a little bit stretched, but all right.
Yeah. So you're telling me if someone's like, oh yeah, for this car, I've chosen not to call them horsepowers. I'm going to call it, it's got 60 billion pig powers. Wouldn't be able to possess it anymore?
I mean, that is, again, a bit 4D chess, but you know what?
Also, wow, what a piece of artwork, Shy. Holy shit.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Wow. I think that's the best art all day.
That's making me reverse my I'm not in on this idea. I think I'm in on this idea because that rules. That looks great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, the Bane will also transform the object so it looks more like its original spirit. If you see a car driving down the highway with a beautiful mane, it may be possessed by a stallion spirit. These things can happen physically to humans too. The spirit of a rock can possess the body of a bodybuilder because they have rock-hard abs and can turn the bodybuilder into someone with a gravelly voice or even stronger physical prowess. I mean, it is still a bit silly, but it is sort of cool at the same time.
You beat me to it, Shy. I was about to say, is that how we got good old Dwayne? Dwayne Johnson? Mr. The Rock?
Mr. The Rock. The Rock is...
Can you smell what he's cooking?
It's left out trash that it's got a spirit in it. Oh, yeah.
No, we can't get on a wrestling tangent with the three of us. We can't do that. Move on. Quick.
Pains from the worm can also possess things, and it can alter them into something monstrous. Someone who has a very gluttonous or is like dirty in a vile sense can be possessed by a bane, and essentially become something like a great unclean one with a gigantic jaw or acidic sweat. These worm-aligned possessions are known as the Fomori. They are corrupted in mind, corrupted in body, and corrupted in spirit. They are the foot soldiers of the worm. Some may look like horrifying creatures, while others, like the aptly named Enticers or the prince-like Ferric Toy, look completely normal and draw you in before corrupting you beyond recognition. Spirits are complex and near impossible for humans to comprehend, but Fera like the Garou have an understanding and also a stake in the game. They have a natural ability to pass between the physical world and Umbra through rituals, and part of their defense of Gaia comes in the form of exercising spirits and negotiating with them. These bartering sessions are known as rites. They can be for general aid from a spirit, or they can be sacrifices in exchange for aid. Rites are oftentimes ceremonial, and the ability to perform them are secret. Some can be done individually, while others require an entire cairn to do so, and sometimes working with a spirit results in a gift being bestowed on a Garou, and the gift is related to a spirit. So if you want to have armor-like skin, seek out a turtle spirit or an armor spirit. You get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
When a gift is bestowed, the Garou knows how to use it, and is there a bit more permanently as opposed to a rite which needs to be conducted every time one wishes to use it. The last concept of power was once known as a fetish and is now known as a talisman. A talisman. This is when a spirit is bound to an object and the object is used to channel the spirit that is bound. The more alike a spirit is to an object, the easier it is to bind. Binding the spirit of a river to, say, a super soaker can result in the super soaker unleashing a violent stream not unlike that of a river.
Sick,
Sorcerers going wild with their super-powered super soaker.
That would have gone so hard in the 90s, dude. Oh my god. Everybody had a super soaker back then.
Timmy, am I hearing this correctly? Did you blast the head of your best friend off his shoulders with a super soaker?
Yeah. Of course I did. I got the raging water soaker. Do they still make super soakers, you think?
Surely they must do. At the very least, like, Nerf would have bought them, right?
Yeah.
Those still exist in a big way.
Surely.
The binding between object and spirit is almost always consensual, and the idea of binding an unwilling spirit is viewed by most Garou as an act of true evil.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, principles, they've got them when it comes to spirits.
If you do bind an unwilling spirit, like, are you still getting its power? Because I would assume there has to be some consent to taking its power, and you can't just be like, oh, yep, I'm sticking you in the jar. I don't know why I went right to the jar, but whatever. And then can you, even if it's unwilling, can you still get the power from it?
I believe so. Sorry, I was distracted by the horrific artwork of whatever the fuck that is.
Oh my. Yeah, that's not great.
Is that a spirit being bound into an unwilling person? It sort of looks like it, doesn't it?
The rope makes me think he's either very kinky or he's not there on purpose.
I would agree with you, Pancreas.
I have a feeling it's the latter. You know, I don't want to assume, but...
Oh my god, I was drinking. Ow.
It is an evil spirit possessing a human.
That is rough. That
sucks.
That is a bad Monday.
And yes, it's not consensual as far as I can tell. Yeah, I would agree with you, Shai. I would agree with you. Yeah. Safe bet.
The rope really sort of tells a story there. Now we are going to carry on with tribes. So spirits stand proudly at the center of each tribe as a powerful analog that can offer mighty boons to those who prove themselves worthy to represent them, but these come with a caveat. For every power granted, an action is restricted in the form of a ban that the Garou must adhere to if they wish to remain in the favour of the spirit. When we talk about the tribes in a dedicated episode, we'll get more into that, as well as the differences between the tribes from the old lore and the new lore. But in the interim, here's a word dump on the different tribes in 5e. You know what? Here you go. You can have this, DK.
All right. So we've got the Black Furies, Bone Gnars, Children of Gaia, Gale Stalkers, Ghost Council, Glasswalkers, Heart Wardens, Red Talon, Shadow Lords, Silent Striders, Silverfang, Stargazers, Cult of Fenris, and the Black Spiral Dancers.
Can I make another assumption?
Yes, Pancreas, of course you can.
This is an in-setting assumption. I feel I'm gonna go with Black Spiral Dancers are the token evil ones, because that sounds like something. I don't know. I guess this is kind of a writer assumption too. That sounds like something that the writers of a game where you are the strongest of hippies would make to, like, this is definitely a threatening name.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, you know, that does sound kind of messed up. I'd be moderately worried if Black Spiral Dancers were, invading.
I mean, you've also got Shadow Lords. That could be token evil.
I see.
Ghost
that
Council,
one
maybe.
Too obvious.
Black
That's
Furies.
why I don't think Shadow Lord. Yeah, that one also.
Yeah. But I would agree with you. Black Spiral Dancers, I would assume big bad.
Them are Stargazers, because, maybe they're, Cthulhu something.
Mm-hmm.
No, Shai said the dreaded Black Spiral Dancers are the Garou who turned to the worm. Yep.
Absolutely nailed it.
Crazy.
That is crazy artwork again, though.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork for this stuff is really good.
Unlike Possum, Pancreas keeps hitting home runs.
Man.
Get shit on, Possum.
Endless strays for the trash rat today.
Every time Possum is teased. The number of episodes for Mage goes up by 1, right? We're going to be recording that series for eternity if we're not careful.
You think it's not even number of episodes. The singular episode script just gets longer.
Oh, God, no. We were going to do it in 3. Now we're just going to do it in 1 24-hour long recording session.
It's going to turn into our what would it be, a Sisyphean boulder?
Yeah.
Right?
Are you free Wednesday? Yeah, what time? Yes.
Yes, every day. Every Wednesday. Oh, I knew we shouldn't have poked fun at Possum.
So each one of the tribes mentioned has specific and defining ideologies that shape the members as well as the culture of the tribe. Some are good, while others are very, very bad. I think we've established which is the very, very bad one ahead of time.
Yeah.
Now, as mentioned before, a good chunk of Garou are part of a tribe, but some are not, either by choice or by exile, and joining a tribe doesn't mean you're permanently a part of it. Membership of a tribe can change and has happened before, but ultimately this is rare. Those who leave or are cast out are referred to as forsworn, or in the old edition, Ronin, until they are able to find a new tribe of their own. The only thing more, I'm reeling from Ronin. I don't know why.
It's a masterless samurai. Come on.
I'm reeling from Forsworn. I boss babied myself so hard. There are no Forsworn in Markarth.
I thought you were gonna go for the awful PS5 game that everybody hated.
I don't own a PlayStation.
It's fair.
I don't know why. Thank you. That's why I sighed. I'm not happy with myself.
Oh, I haven't played Skyrim in so long. I genuinely didn't get it. I was like,
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
That was it.
I remember nothing of that game at all.
Yeah,
it's like a black hole of. I know I played it, but
I still twice a year download 5 million mods, play it for 3 hours, and then rinse and repeat.
Isn't that the best way to experience it these days? That's what
of course. Yeah, that Skyrim is a modding engine.
Yeah.
As long as you're making the dragon into the Macho Man, we're good.
Wasn't the guy who made that mod sued or something? Anyway, let's or was it Thomas the Tank Engine? I can't remember. Let's move on, because this could be a bad tangent. The only thing more unified than a tribe is a nation, but before we talk about that, we need to talk about the Litany. These are the laws that were codified at the end of the Impergium. Similarly to the tenets in the Book of Nod, most Garou at least know some, if not all, of these laws, but as you can probably assume, the laws listed here are subject to the do as I say, not as I do sort of thing, particularly considering the Apocalypse. The tenets from 5th edition are as follows, and we'll get a little bit of flavour from each one. So, combat the worm wherever it dwells and whenever it thrives. The purpose of a Garou is to fight the worm. It's what they live for, what they die for, and almost all Garou acknowledge this. Almost all. Respect the territory of another. In the past, territory was marked similarly to animals, but now with the expansion of industry, noticing where someone peed to mark their scent is very difficult. Ask another Garou permission before showing up someplace. Sometimes this can be done by howling, but cities also make this impractical. Post on a local community group instead.
Of course.
Shy. Does it include thou shalt not genocide shark people even while surfing?
Clearly not.
Accept an honourable surrender. Continuous battles to the death are a destructive force that only feeds the worm. One is honour-bound to accept surrender, and accepting it does not reduce renown, which we'll talk about in a moment. Submit to those of higher station. Obey the higher-ranked alphas and respect the hierarchy. Respect those of lower station, for all are of Gaia. All Garou deserve respect, from the smallest cub to the most hardened elder. The first share of the kill for greatest in station. All the good loot goes to the leader first, and things are dispersed downwards. This can be flexible, as you imagine. So, the Garou have learned trickle-down economics.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Lovely.
I'm sure it's working brilliantly for them. Eat not the flesh of humans. The events of the Imperium... Oh, damn it. All right, hang on. I nearly said the Imperium. It got also corrected. It's not the Imperium. We're straight back into the boss baby territory.
Crazy.
The events of the Impurgium resulted in the realization that the consumption of human flesh causes Garou to become worm-tainted. Humans are tainted with chemicals and depression. Again, hard same. And they taste awful and make those who eat it sick. It's viewed almost like cannibalism and is therefore not a good idea. Though not stated explicitly, the same goes for the flesh of wolves.
Yeah. Do not eat the human meat, for it has been corrupted by Lexapro and cigarettes.
The veil shall not be lifted. Their ability to defend Gaia is courtesy of the veil, and the veil needs to be in place to allow for it. Sometimes it's unavoidable, particularly in cities, but in order to properly fight the worm, the veil must be kept. The leader may be challenged at any time during peace. Though pack creatures, they should not blindly follow their leaders if it becomes reckless or detrimental. Duels are common, but only in times of peace. I mean, what we know of World of Darkness as a whole so far, what times of peace?
Yeah.
But okay.
Also, I really like that card that Shai just posted. Giant dogs besiege city. Newspaper hype makes people suspicious about the Garou. I see. It's great.
Wow.
Event.
It is an event.
I mean, it's the event.
The event.
The event of the summer.
I don't know why this is like this specific, the way it's worded at the end is getting to me. It's like you must revert to breed form unless doing so would kill them. Like, are you just, is it like a compulsion? Like if you don't, is like the GM gonna like hit you over the head?
Yeah. Also, I like that giant dogs besiege city is the headline for the Black Dog Herald.
Officials baffled.
As usual. Yeah.
Do you think they're breaking out the catapults again?
The trebuchet. Yeah.
It's bad, but as soon as you pointed out that it's from the Black Dog Herald, I immediately thought giant dogs besieging the city was an inside job.
Oh my god, that does probably say mayor fight with hooker or something at the bottom, doesn't it?
I think it probably says like caught, but yes.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Caught with it.
Yeah.
My brain was like,
fight with hooker would also be pretty great.
Right? Both completely viable, understandable headlines in 2026, too. It's like, oh, yeah, mayor caught with hooker, mayor fought with hooker. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
werewolves are running rampant. Also, the mayor is in a Family Guy chicken fight with a hooker.
Yeah. Classic politician.
God. Take no action that causes a cairn to be violated. Cairns are the lifeblood of Gaia herself, and their destruction or tainting can and will wipe out the Garou. There are very few who would even consider thinking about defying this tenet. There are there are two laws from the original law that are not in 5th edition, and they are as follows. One is, Garou shall not mate with Garou, and the other is, do not suffer thy people to tend thy sickness. Obviously, the first one is directly intertwined with the concept of the metis being taboo. The second one is a bit different. In the ancient times, a Garou that was either sick, advanced in age, or injured was torn to shreds by its packmates.
Oh,
Christ.
All right. Great.
Full Spartaned it. That's probably where the Spartans got it, wasn't it?
There wasn't the wolf people do it, yeah.
Well, the werewolves kicked our ass so hard, they got to be doing something right.
Yeah. Over time, this rule softened to allow for a Garou to give them the dignity of ending their own life instead of succumbing to these weaknesses. That's not, technically better, I guess. Nowadays, it does not exist because anyone that can fight the worm should.
Oh, Shai says there's this quote that says, the only alterations made to the litany are the removal of the tenets regarding inter-Garou breeding due to metis no longer being canon, and the euthanasia of the elderly and infirm. Yeah.
Lame.
Still very Spartan.
Lame. We should still be allowed to tear them apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Grandpa, you're getting a little bit too up there in age. It's time to throw down.
Time to go.
Auntie, are you limping? No,
I'm not. No, you're limping, fucker. We should euthanize you. You can't fight anymore. Look at you, limpy.
So another quick thing to discuss before we get to the nation is the concept of renown. Renown is the way a Garou recognizes spirits as well as the other werewolves and is a measure of their place in society. The more renown a Garou has, the more weight their words have, and these renowns can either be temporary or permanent. All the species that shift have their own unique types of renown, and the Garou have 3 specific ones: glory, honor, and wisdom. I should say most of them do, but we'll talk about that when we get to a very specific tribe next time. Sorry, Possum, I think we preempted you on that one. I think we know what tribe that is at this point. Glory is the concept of taking action and justifying their inclination to accomplish their goals, even if the odds are unbeatable. So, you know what? DK, is it you?
Sure.
This one? I can't remember.
Sure. The ways of glory, I shall be valorous, shall be dependable, I shall be generous, I shall protect the weak, I shall slay the worm.
So, honor is justice and the rightful course between the Garou and those who dwell in the material world, the driving nature for duty and the fulfillment of said duty. Pancreas, this one's for you.
Can I just say that quote that you gave me? In my head, I was reading it in the Bobby Roode Glorious theme song tone. YouTube will probably get that. Nobody else will. Doesn't matter. Just letting you know.
Nice. Nice.
The bit only needs to be, for the immediate audience. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The ways of honor, I shall be respectful. I shall be loyal. I shall be just. I shall live by my world. I shall accept all fair challenges.
All
right.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Wisdom is the ability to make proper judgment through consideration and intention. The Garou who are smart know that spirits tend to be hostile, while the Garou who are wise know how to appease them. Last one for you, DK.
Oh, before I do though, Shai said, renown is a measure of a shapeshifter's place in their society. Oh, okay, they have a social credit system. In addition to the whole genocide, war, and euthanasia of the elderly thing, I'm starting to think the giant murder wolves are not very nice people.
No.
Oh, shocking. Ain't no way.
Surely not.
Anyway, the quote Kirioth has given me, the ways of wisdom I shall learn, I shall consider. I shall be prudent, I shall be merciful. I shall think before I act and listen before I think. Yeah, that's all right. That seems pretty good.
Honestly, I think that one could stand to be, disseminated amongst human society as a whole as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just thrown out there. Said by this guy.
He's trying, Shai, all right? Jesus.
He's doing his best. You give him a chance.
Cut him a break,
really
man. God, yeah.
Be merciful, guys.
Yeah, well, hey, he only has a little blood on him, all right? That might not even be... Anyway, Kirioth, what's next?
What are you doing in your day-to-day life that's a little...
I was going to say, a little?
Well, for a werewolf, that's a little blood. I'm not saying for me, that's just, maybe it's not even blood. Maybe he was finger painting and he just got a little excited.
Oh, of course, yeah. Finger painting with the spine of the person immediately below that image.
I was going to say, I can't wait to hear the justification for this one.
He's a criminal. He's a criminal, and he was on death row for probably murder, or probably something awful. And this was probably just the least painful way, because it's nice and quick.
Of course. Look, everyone a werewolf fights is ontologically evil, and therefore nothing they do to them can be wrong.
Yeah, he's doing his civic duty of executing a horrible criminal. Mm-hmm.
I don't look. I'll accept quick. I don't think you're allowed to say nice in reference to someone's head being torn out of their own neck.
Yeah, not even beheaded. Like he's pulling.
Yeah, he is. That is just
a full wrench.
It's just a yanking head, spine, and all. Yeah. He probably deserves it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I think we've discovered who here is secretly a werewolf at this point.
Yeah. You can't give them credit like you're playing like a paradox game. Like, yeah, sure, all the people of, the other civilizations are bad and evil, but this isn't Hearts of Iron.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So now things shift a little bit here, unfortunately. These laws and ideologies were, of course, a major deal in the Garou nation. In the past, the nation served as a loose coalition of tribes that was held together by the common acceptance of the litany and the virtues of renown. Of course, considering the major differences between the tribes, the organisation and order of the Garou nation was always shaky, even when the nation had a dedicated ruler. Unlike the more aggressive organisation of things like the Camarilla in Vampire the Masquerade, the concept of the nation was something a bit more distant to the Garou who were part of it, and the focus of their respective septs and packs was always more pressing. Things began to change, however, as the era of apocalypse began. So,
oh boy, not the era of apocalypse.
Doesn't sound good, does it?
No, it doesn't. We don't understand what we lost. My beautiful, perfect realm, the Garou nation, the home for all of our kind. We could focus our energies on fighting the worm, following the tenets of the litany. Everyone was taken care of. Everyone had their place. Why did it all have to end? Why did these traitors in the cult of Fenris think they could do it better without us? Why don't these young cubs understand the value of tradition? Jonas Albrecht, the last king of the Garou nation.
Last king, you say? All right, well.
May I once again make an assumption, and that his reign did not end peacefully.
that picture of the person with the neck getting ripped out was actually him.
Ah.
Are all fucking werewolves boomers? I mean, it's a valid question, Shy. The value of tradition line it's like the oldest thing that I've read in this script so far, and we went back to the Big Bang.
Boomers are dwarfs.
Yep.
We're all at the difference.
Yeah. Back in my day, kids were respectful and they understood the value of tradition. All right, buddy. Just pull yourself up by the bootstraps, guys. What do you mean you can't afford a home?
I've heard my parents talk about college. No, the fuck they weren't.
When I was your age, I bought a house with a wife and 4 kids. Yeah, when you bought a house, the house cost a nickel, Grandpa.
I'm just... Oh. I'm trying to get enough breath to read it out.
Yeah, Shy killed Pancreas. He's dead.
So, Shy said, your grandma would agree if I didn't rip her in two for being old.
So true, bestie. So true.
I have
Oh my God.
I don't know why that one's getting to me. I have the perfect gift for it.
Holy shit, what is that?
What is that gift?
Where did that come from? Jesus.
Where did you find that?
Someone sent it to me, and I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to get used to this.
That is one hell of an edit. Jesus.
Okay, I'll get that out of here now, but that was very fit.
Holy shit.
that was absolutely wild. What the fuck? Just for reference, that was Harry Potter getting his face torn off by his uncle.
It's supposed to be the scene where he just grabs the letter from Harry and rips up the letter. But he just ripped his face off and started shredding the skin. Alrighty.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh, wow. Man.
Werewolves, eh?
Yeah, Dunsley's a werewolf.
Yeah, well, makes sense, actually.
Unfortunately, the era of apocalypse then caused many fractures in the nation, and it was the cult of Fenris tribe that truly shook the foundation in an irreparable manner. God damn. They viewed this as the last chance they had to avert the apocalypse and wished to lead a direct charge into the maw of the worm itself. a charge that would be more successful than the failed last battle, which is a story for another day. Many of the other tribes viewed this as an act of recklessness and futility that was potentially an example of Horglask, but the cult took these naysays as evidence that they were the only ones who could truly serve Gaia. After duels with the champions of other tribes, the cult of Fenris exited the nation. The actions of the cult of Fenris caused the other tribes to be shaken when it came to their respective duties, and King Albrecht attempted to reunify the tribes under a more direct, agreed-up front against the worm. This was an act of futility, as the wounds left by the cult were still raw and fresh. The Stargazers left to pursue their own path to defeat the worm with a simple statement of, "We seek a better way." The loss of the Stargazers was monumental to most, but a reinforcement of inevitability to others. Goddamn cult of Fenris messing it all up.
Yeah.
Things were going fine. They weren't going fine.
No, that's fine.
The fracture was made more prominent due to Gaia itself as well. Over time, she's grown more and more distant to the Garou as their ability to defend her has become increasingly difficult. The world is experiencing an era of Capitalocene. The oceans are becoming acidic, the forests are being torn from their roots, and the climate is spiraling out of control. Creatures are becoming extinct left and right, and all of this is due to humans. Just a slight warning, possibly belated. It gets horribly real from this point on.
I was going to say, this is all starting to sound a little too familiar and not fantasy enough, because this is just,
come on.
This is just 2026.
I said to Possum earlier, I gave Possum a bit of doubt unintentionally, because having read the script through, I said that I fucking hate the end of this, and had to clarify that it's not because of the writing. The writing is it's the usual high Possum quality. It's the fact that I said the fact that there's werewolves doesn't subtract sufficiently from the bits that are actually happening at this moment. So just to warn you ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the way things are going to go from this point on.
Great.
Beautiful.
Love it.
At least that wolf's, his fur's clean.
As far as we can see.
So what, you think the other side is just filthy as hell?
Well, it's a black and white picture. That might actually be, he might be covered in blood. You just can't see it.
I guess I can't prove you're wrong, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Autocrats fund the destruction of the world while starving those at their feet. Many humans are able to ignore this, as they have real great things like streaming services, apps, and over 2,000 hours in Final Fantasy XIV.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Possum? Who the fuck do you think you are?
I like that Possum managed to preempt all of the shade thrown their way.
It's only 1,500 hours, you piece of shit.
MMOs are gross.
Yeah, totally.
That's all I have.
Mm-hmm.
But many of these things result in more problems. Financial and material despair results in spiritual rot, and each loan taken out to satisfy a quote-unquote stable life only feeds the worm. The biggest culprit in all of this, though, is Pentex. Pentex is an international megacorporation that is one of, if not the, most wealthy in the world, but the average human has never heard of it. It acts through shells and subsidiaries in every known industry, while serving in a consulting and hedge fund sense too. More importantly, they work directly with the worm. Of course.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They steadfast the production of products that are imbued with banes to allow for consumers to be turned into Fomori. What
sick.
A sentence.
I think I'll get McDonald's after we're done recording today.
Same. Need to get that Huntrix meal.
The angry sigh. This can be foods that make you a glutton or medicine that makes you addicted. Now, with the advent of more advanced technology and connectivity, the reach of Pentex is even more extreme. It can be a phone, an app, a gacha game, or even something like a podcast that teaches you the lore of Magic the Ascension over 3 episodes. Sorry, of Mage the Ascension over 3 episodes, and the various aspects of magic in that setting, only for you to be able to practice magic yourself.
God, that Pentex art of that dude just barfing all over that model is crazy, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Also, fellas, I think, happy little family. I think you have some pressing issues to attend to. I don't want to tell anyone. Grandma also has, I think, more fingers than she should. No, they're just like way more spaced out than fingers should be.
It's just creepy. Yep.
There's a lot to unpack in all of these images. Also, is that Senator Armstrong with the bird on his hand?
It kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Imagine that with the caption, "Imagine a brighter future." Yeah, sure.
Oh my God. This is really reminding me of a podcast that I listened to. They had a whole bit about a mega corporation called Petrichor, and they decided that the slogan was Petrichor, energy solutions for a dead planet. And it's really stuck with me.
Well.
Give it a few decades.
Yep.
Have you seen the Avatar movies? I'm sorry, Shai, I couldn't help it.
No, I haven't actually.
It's okay. Don't worry. I won't. I won't do it.
Nothing, if that's true. Some of the actions of Pentex are what you can consider to be dull, but are much, much worse than you can actually imagine. So I believe you're up, DK, for this one.
The worm can be as subtle as it is monstrous. Endron, one of the largest subsidiaries of Pentex, floods the seas with toxic waste and crude oil. They also manufacture some of the most environmentally friendly electric cars in the world, though the vehicles stink of the worm purely to distract the Garou from important targets. Twisted husks of human beings, Fomori run wild through the sewer and inner cities, spewing acid and worms from every orifice. But enticers and Ferrectoi look perfectly normal until it's too late. Otalis don't need to put banes or poisons in their burgers. Empty calories and terrible working conditions do the worm's work on a massive scale, along with the small, easily swallowed parts of kiddie meal toys. For every head of the Hydra spreading supernatural taint, 2 more grind the world down through mundane means. Yeah, I hate it. I hate all that. Don't. Oh, boy.
Just
that's
gross.
Yeah, that's
gross.
Yep, don't love it. Remember, kids, anyone could be a damn shapeshifter, so be ready. Brought to you by Avalon Munitions.
The baby's got a toy missile in his eye.
You gotta be careful. Anyone could be a shapeshifter. The baby, the dog. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The boss baby.
Oh, God.
You kill me.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, as Shai says, I do like that it's a mega corporation who is not like we are accidentally destroying the planet out of greed. No, their entire goal is to destroy the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're not being upfront about it, but the motivations are incredibly clear through the material, it seems.
And they're doing it in a way that already exists, and it's just stuff that exists in our world right now, and that's how they're choosing to destroy the planet, and that doesn't feel good.
Not even a little bit. I
don't like it.
I told you I hated the ending of this, and it's not Possum's fault.
I'm just sitting here like, wow, I hate all this because this is all just stuff that exists already, and this is how the fictional world's like, yeah, this is how we're going to destroy the planet, and I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy, I'm in an uncomfortable spot right now. I don't want this to be the parallel. This feels like Fallout all over again.
Well, I'm about to make it worse. So,
Thanks.
We are kept safe thanks to war, and being able to consume the next thing gives us freedom. We fill our contractually leased or loaned vehicles with gas we can't afford to work without a raise, and see our miserable co-workers more than we see our families, only to doom scroll for an eternity before sleeping and doing it all over again. This new normality has consumed the human spirit, and these existential threats to Gaia have caused her to scream.
Yikes.
Gaia's howl has become more prominent at some point, and this ushered in the beginning of the era of apocalypse. The cry of Gaia was a faint cry for help that was in the periphery of most Garou, and this reaffirmed to them that their mission was becoming dire. But the horrific state of the real world has made the state of Umbra even worse. Umbra has been wounded beyond repair, and is barely recognisable from what it once was. Even now, Umbra recoils from the Garou, either out of fear or out of protection. Many Khans have begun to lose connections to the Umbra, and the gauntlet has become more and more difficult to pass through. Gaia is either dying or has died, as the ice caps melt and the seas swell with rot. The burning trees assure that the extinction of all life is an inevitability, and the apocalypse is here.
Yeah, I don't like that ending. I don't much care for that.
No, that is not terribly.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, specifically because it's that's too real. I don't. Yeah, no.
The Garou tore through many others to cement their status as the champions of Gaia, and this cement is splitting. Torn between rage and fear, the Garou have failed. But generations of Garou continue to be born. Even though their connection to Gaia has faded and those who speak through have refused to answer, the instinct of a Garou remains the same. Destroy the worm. Even if a single breath remains in Gaia, it must be protected as if she stands right beside you, and though the tribes have different ideas on the how and the why, it must be done. The groups of Garou rarely exceed that of a single sept nowadays, but unification is needed, be it through your pack or through something more. The terror of Pentex must be destroyed, be it through the destruction of industry, the burning of data centers, the eradication of oppression, whatever it may be. Only we can see the final signs. The eye of the worm has opened, the nation has splintered, the end times are here. There is nothing left but war, and none left to fight but us. So fight we shall.
Yay.
I mean, that's defiant. They're going down swinging.
Yeah.
It seems they are most certainly going down, but they're going down swinging.
In an earlier round, perhaps?
That one went over my head.
No way. You're going down in an earlier round? You're going down swinging? God. All right.
I went to the Kesha song before anything else.
The Kesha song?
Yelling timber.
All right, no, that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Also, is that the end, Kirioth, or is there more?
It is. That is the hard swerve from this is eldritch horror to this is kind of weird to this is confusing all the way to existential dread.
Yeah,
lovely.
Because I would just like to say how spot on you were about the length of this episode. Because you were like, oh, this is going to be like, wow, it's going to be so long. God, here's how many pages the script is. I would be shocked if this was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. We have just hit 2 hours and 14. That's that's crazy, brother. That's absolutely insane.
I'm starting to get a good feel for page per time. I don't know.
It's crazy. Also, this has been a wild journey.
It's been a ride. This one has been an absolute ride.
I don't know what to say.
I would say I can 100% see why Possum loves World of Darkness so much.
Mm-hmm.
It literally has everything. There's crazy origin stories. There's the mess of retconned and reimagined background and lore that we are so fond and familiar with. But then it does it does have a horrible tinge of realness to it.
Yeah.
In certain elements as well. It's very fun.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot. And the ending has left me feeling very hollow. So,
Shai has a lovely list of all the Pentex subsidiaries.
Oh yeah, she said, I checked it out, and I don't know why I hate Pentex. Their subsidiaries include Cercinius Brands, a major cigarette company, Credit Corp, a credit management firm, Easton Exploratory Energies, research into exploratory energies and debunked of safer alternatives, Full Force Solutions, weapon manufacturer,
wow.
Hullahan Fishing Company, fishing and whaling company, obviously. Homogeneity Incorporated, a gay conversion therapy organization. Fuck you, Pentex. The Red Network, a 24/7 news and commentary network. Bradford Incorporated, a company stepping in to run desperate public schools and turn them into small independent businesses. What? Wait, a company stepping in to run desperate public schools and turn them into small independent businesses?
Now, folks. As we all know, the children yearn for the mines, so...
Oh, you're so right. You're so right, Pancreas. How silly of me. Wow, these Pentex guys, not so bad anymore.
What's wrong with a little bit of weapons manufacturing?
Yeah, totally. Jesus,
you gotta have workers to break down the whales that you've taken out.
Exactly.
Oh man, holy!
And how else are you going to get the whales without a cruise missile?
Intuitive, innovative new fishing solutions brought to you by Pentex.
It's like The Simpsons. Is that the Simpsons movie when Homer just puts a electric lamp in the lake and all the fish come on?
Oh no! Oh jeez! Pentex forestry team.
I literally just remember something. Hang on, I'll lose it if I don't. It's the Stormlight Archive. That's the Brandon Sanderson series.
Okay, cool.
I don't know why I shouldn't have remembered that, but.
Thrown
out there.
Oh man! Oh,
Pentex forestry team. Oh god!
Oh man! Yeah. So we've had quite a day. Kirioth, it's time. It's time.
Oh, okay. Pancreas, take us home.
This has been Werewolf, the Apocalypse. Thank you for coming. Remember to subscribe. No, not yet. Wait, no, yeah. Do that.
Should subscribe. Yeah.
You should absolutely subscribe and all that. But also remember the Patreon. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cool things on there. You get the episodes early. There's some ones you get on the Patreon specifically. Mm-hmm. Sounds like some good deals. I don't know about you folk, but good deals.
Yeah.
Go check out the merch store, Orchid 8. There's a lot of investment there because Bricky's net is ever expanding. I'm there too, but most importantly is acceptable losses. You should absolutely be getting some of that.
Yeah, be a weeb for Lincoln.
Yeah, be a weeb for Lincoln. I'm quite partial to that shirt. As my my fine MS Paint drawing. It was then handled by actual proper artists. There's some bangers on there. Go get the merch. Go to the Patreon. You should do all of these things. Am I missing any big things? Yeah, like Shai says,
you got it.
Listen to our fun podcast and ignore the burning world outside.